This is the Tata Harrier EV and we are driving it today, and I'm going to tell you over the next few minutes what's good about this vehicle, what's not, and most importantly, is it just an electric version of the Harrier or more? Let's find out. Now when it comes to the design, well, one look and you can easily see that this looks like the standard Harrier, because at the end of the day it's a Harrier EV. But there are subtle differences which you can easily make out. Now for example, this grille, it's a completely shut off grille, it's an EV, so it doesn't require the cooling from the air. So you can see it's, in terms of design, a lot cleaner, neater. Even the lower part of the bumper, it gets these metallic finishing, which again looks modern and nice. Move to the side and you get a new design of alloy wheels. 19-inch, looks really nice, and of course it's a shut-off design for aerodynamic efficiency, EV badging. And then there's this range of new colors, including this blue, which give the Harrier EV a nice, energetic, youthful appearance. Add all of these things and you get an EV that looks nice and has a dynamic road stance. Now once you get inside the cabin of the Harrier EV, you'll notice, well, it looks similar to the cabin of the ICE Harrier, but then again there are differences, just like on the outside, subtle differences, but they make a real impression. Now for example, this pattern that you see on the dashboard, this is new and it looks nice in my opinion. Of course, the top part of the dashboard with the soft touch material and the leather here in the lower part, all of it has been integrated well, so it gives you a nice design. At the same time, it feels premium, not just to look at, but also in terms of touch and feel. This is something which is new and really impressive. A 14.53-inch screen, but not just any screen, world's first Samsung Neo QLED automotive screen that has been integrated into a car. So this, is as good as your new smartphone can get in terms of clarity, in terms of display, in terms of crispness. So it looks nice, it works really well, and it's something that really sets the vehicle apart from its rivals. Also, the instrument cluster, again, fully digital, laid out nicely, customizable, good, easy to read out in terms of deciphering information. Flat bottom steering wheel. One really nice, cool feature is this IRVM. Instead of being a standard IRVM with auto dimming function, it also has a digital capability. So there's a camera at the front, at the back. You can use the camera display or you can use it as a standard mirror. But the good thing is, it also records. So you can use it as a dash cam, both for front and rear. And getting the video is as easy as just going into the menu, getting the QR code, scanning it with your phone, and you get the files. So this is something that is really nice. It just, adds to the convenience and safety in terms of insurance and a lot of other parameters. But overall, when I look at the cabin, I think nicely built. The plastic quality on the sides, the door panels, I think could have been a bit better. These edges don't really go along with the overall quality of the cabin, so this is something that can be improved. But otherwise, the door pads, all of the material used in the cabin, this piano black panel here is going to attract a lot of fingerprints and dust, but looks good as long as it stays clean. A wireless charging tray here, 45-watt fast charging socket, and you've got here a drive selector, which is basically a mode selector, because the Harrier EV, the one that we are driving, comes with QWD, which is an all-wheel drive, something that's making a return to Tata Motors stable after a long gap. And using this, you can select between different modes, so snow and grass, or you can go into mud and ruts, you can go into sand, rock crawl, and of course you can customize it or put it into simple standard mode. So this is something that gives you good off-road capability, which we will talk about later. But yes, from a front cabin perspective, I think Tata Motors has got the game right for a lot of buyers who really love the panoramic sunroofs for no logical reason. Well, there is a big one, and yes, the seats comfortable, they are ventilated, they are electrically adjustable. So yes, in terms of features, Tata Motors has packed the Harrier EV to the gills. And once you get in the back seat of the Harrier EV, good things continue because you are treated with a lot of space. Now, as you can see, I've got the driver's seat adjusted to my driving preference. I'm 5 feet 8 inches for reference, and I can easily slide my feet underneath the driver's seat. I've got a lot of knee room to spare, and you can see in terms of headroom, a decent amount of headroom. The seat itself is quite comfortable in terms of cushioning. It's an EV, so you've got a fully flat floor. It's a wide seat, so you can have 3 people sitting abreast with sort of decent comfort. But yes, if you've got 2 people here, great comfort. And of course, in terms of the under thigh support, I think the seat is decent. I wouldn't say it's great because like I said, I'm 5 feet 8 inches. If you're say about 5 feet 10 or 6 feet in height, you might feel the under thigh support to be a bit less. But one thing that I feel could have been better in this seat, I mean, it's a great seat, the backrest angle. It's a bit too upright, and if I were to be here, say on a long drive, I mean, this car can do long distances. So I would want a bit more relaxed seating position. This, as you can see, is a bit too upright for my liking, and yeah, that's something that I would want to see change. But yes, in terms of privacy, you've got these blinds here. Of course, the good feel and touch factor continues, and one really good thing that you get in case you are a Sethji or Sethaniji sitting at the back is this boss seat mode. So using these buttons here, you can change the angle of the backrest, and you can also push the seat forward. So in case you need more leg room, and if you've got someone driving for you, maybe your driver, your chauffeur, you get better space. So yes, in terms of comfort and in terms of features and in terms of convenience, I think the Harrier EV is right up there, and it has got an impressive cabin minus this upright seat at the back. Now, before I go ahead and tell you how the Harrier EV drives, if you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, please press that subscribe button, press that little bell icon so that our videos can reach to you on time, and do not forget to like and share as well. Now, when it comes to the driving aspect of the Harrier EV, a lot of you might think there is just an EV version of the Harrier where they've just swapped the engine for the electric motor, but no, that's not the truth. It's a lot different, and right from the suspension is different. Like I showed you earlier, a lot of bits in the interior is different. Of course, the dynamics are different. The some of the hard points are different. So it's a very different vehicle from the ICE version of the Harrier. And of course, in terms of options, it has a small battery, a large battery. It gives you a rear wheel drive option, and of course the one that has been making a lot of noise, which is the return of the all-wheel drive, the QWD variant. Now, the one that we are driving is the QWD, which is the top of the line variant, all-wheel drive, dual electric motors. You can buy it, of course, with a single rear wheel drive version as well, with only one motor, less power. But this one gives you 2 motors, one at the rear axle, one at the front axle, 504 Newton meters of torque, and if you use the boost button, it will give you about more than 540 Newton meters of torque for quick acceleration. So a very quick car the Harrier EV is supposed to be, at least when you look at the numbers on the paper. Very, very impressive. Claimed range 622 kilometers for the all-wheel drive variant, and if you're going in for the rear wheel drive variant with the 75 kilowatt hour battery, 627 kilometers claimed range. It can, of course, fast charge. The company says it can take up to 120 kilowatt hours of charging, which is pretty fast. It's not easy to find that many 120 kilowatt hour chargers right now in the country, but if you get access to one, you can basically charge it from 20 to 80% in a matter of minutes. So yes, it's got all the tech. All right, so now that the numbers are out of the way, let's talk about how this thing drives. Well, starting off the line, dual motor setup, like I said, impressive power figures, and it does justice to those numbers in the real world. Off the line, the acceleration is great, especially when you have it in boost mode, and then even your rolling acceleration is very impressive. So be it the urban traffic, or even if you're on a highway trying to overtake one of those long trailers or a big massive truck, it's just a breeze for this vehicle. Acceleration is never going to be a problem. In fact, it's addictive, it's fun, and you will start to enjoy driving this car because of the acceleration. That also means that if it can go quick, how does it handle? Well, it does handle pretty nicely. Like I said earlier, it's got a different suspension. It's not the same suspension as the Harrier ICE, like the petrol, the diesel. It's got a different suspension altogether, different hardware, and it works like a charm. Even on bad roads, be it undulations on the surface, be it potholes, the expansion joints, speed breakers, everything is ironed out in a very impressive manner, keeping the cabin occupants largely insulated from all of these movements and shocks. And then again, when you're trying to go fast, you're going to go quick around the corners. They've got a good stability. The chassis is, sort of confidence inspiring. There's a decent amount of feedback from the steering wheel. Not a great amount, I would say, but yes, still decent, better than nothing at least. And yeah, it's you need to understand that it's a lifestyle SUV, which is powerful, and it does justice to those numbers in terms of handling. It can go quick in a straight line. It can go quick around corners. Yes, there is body roll. You will have to learn to live with that. It's not a sport SUV. It's not built for the track. It's not built just to go around corners fast. But yes, it can do that. You'll just have to learn to live with the body roll. Beyond that, it's a good SUV to drive, powerful, also comfortable to drive, good all-round visibility, nice high seating position, gives you a commanding view of the road. So yes, great from that aspect, and it's got different driving modes. If you want to go off-roading, like I said, it's all-wheel drive. It's capable in terms of off-roading, and you can customize it accordingly. It's got different levels of regen. Using these paddle shifters, you can change the level of regen you want, and that brings us to the next most important part, which is range. Now, like I said earlier, 622 kilometers is the claimed range for this variant, the QWD, which is the all-wheel drive variant. Real world, well, it's a quick drive that we're doing today. It's not a very long drive, but based on what I've driven till now, I would say that if you're driving it largely in urban traffic and you are in eco mode, you should get close to 500 kilometers on a single charge, which is good range. And if you're driving in city, a mix of city or a sport mode, having some fun while driving, why not if you can? So in that case, expect about 450 kilometers on a single charge, which is great. This means that you can take the Harrier EV from one city to another. You can plan weekend trips. It's got a lot of space. It's got a big boot. So you can effectively take your friends and family out for a long drive. It also comes with a V2V charging functionality, vehicle to vehicle, and V2L, vehicle to load. So if you're going out camping, you can use the Harrier EV to power your devices. You can power an electric stove, you can charge your laptop, your phone, you can do a lot. So yes, it's got everything that you need from a lifestyle SUV to make you feel good, to give you that oomph in terms of driving experience, and of course to give you access to all the new tech and features. And of course, being a Tata Motors car, you expect safety. It's got all those facets covered, be it active safety, you get ADAS, and of course passive safety. All of that bases are covered. Round up all of these, bring the price equation. Now you can see the prices on the screen right now, variant by variant, and I think Tata Motors has done a great job with pricing. And when you add all of these things together, I think the Harrier EV gives you a very strong value for money proposition, and that, in my opinion, is what will convince a lot of buyers to progress to an EV. And like Vivek Srivatsa from Tata Motors told us earlier, a lot of buyers for the Harrier EV are first time EV buyers. So yes, that's the kind of change that we are seeing with the Harrier EV, and I think it will only increase with time. Tata Motors has done a good job with this vehicle. Let us know in the comment section, what do you think of the Harrier EV, and which one would you pick? The devil's question, the Harrier EV or one of the B6 or the XEV 9e? Let us know in the comment section.